Welcome back, Burst users! Here is part 2 of implementing Burst for school leaders. Let's help you get the ball rolling with Burst. Our next step in this module is to determine who will serve as your intervention coordinator. Why do you think we might need an intervention coordinator? Pause the video and reflect. Press play when you're ready to continue. You're probably familiar with the saying, there are too many cooks in the kitchen. When asked about how they run their program so successfully, a kindergarten teacher in Louisiana said, "These issues all tie together. We need somebody coordinating, or else it ain't gonna get done." The schools that get the best results with Burst have concluded that they need one person in charge of coordinating and planning for their team. Without having a coordinating force, they have noticed that they are not able to successfully work through all of the details. Here are some of the intervention coordinator's responsibilities. We have modules that will take the intervention coordinator through each of these steps. Create a launch plan to get Burst going. There will be important details that we will discuss to set up Burst. Determine which students qualify for Burst. So what skill profiles will qualify students for Burst. Then it will group students using the Burst software. Scheduling is ensuring that every group has a time in the day when they meet, a place to meet, and an interventionist to deliver the instruction. Scheduling, progress monitoring, and ensuring that it gets done so that the algorithm can generate the next burst. And helping interventionists troubleshoot any issues. Think about your staff. Who might have these skills to run the show? Our last task for today is to set up benchmark windows and choose a start and end date for Burst. How long are your district's test windows? And why do you think it might be in your advantage to set a shorter testing window for your school? Pause the video to reflect. Press play when you're ready to continue. Let's set some school-specific benchmark windows in order to maximize the runway your students get to catch up. So here is what we recommend. District set benchmark windows are usually 3 to 4 weeks. We recommend that you shorten the window to 7 to 10 days for dibbles and use 3 days for burst assessments and makeup assessments for students who are absent. This gives the intervention coordinator a few days to group students and adjust schedules and to start burst as early as possible. In short, start at beginning of the year assessments as soon as possible to begin intervention as soon as possible, and start your end of year assessments as late as possible to maximize the student's time in intervention. Aim to complete your assessments within 2 to 3 weeks to give the intervention coordinator a few days to group and schedule, and make sure to get Burst started no later than 2 weeks upon completion of your assessments. Go to page 7 of your handout and set up your benchmark assessment dates to determine when intervention will start and end. Here are your suggested next steps. Finish a graphic organizer that you started on part 1 of this module and make sure that it illustrates where Burst and other programs will be used. Pick your intervention coordinator. Once you pick that person, make sure that everyone at your school knows who the coordinator is. Set up your benchmark windows so that students have a long enough runway to make as much gain as possible. This means shorten your assessment windows and start beginning of the year benchmark assessments as soon as possible, and push out the end of the year assessments as late as possible in the school year. Share what you've produced with your intervention coordinator and have him or her register for the webinars so that he or she can continue with the implementation work. If you need any support, go ahead and contact our educational support team here. All right, we are now done with both parts of our module. Please go ahead and help us get better by providing us your feedback here. Thanks again so much.